We need to know that the ego structure defends. That is the purpose of the ego, to maintain the propagation of the race. So the ego structure, because it is so trained this way, will defend us. And the defense becomes so habitual that we don't notice it. Much of our life, we're spent defending without even knowing it. It's interesting because this very defending is actually so painful. And we accept it as the normal state. The imbalance between evolution and involution, the imbalance becomes normal. But it's always seeking to right itself. Hence, we're always in pain. Now, of course, there are moments when we're in more pain and we realize we're in pain, and then the moments of daily pain seem normal. So again and again, in every ism, the basic truth is know yourself. And it's not like you know yourself and you have this realization and then, aha, it's all easy. No, we go up, we go down. The defensive attitude emerges and then we quiet it for a while. Is that really the only thing we can do? Is it really enough to make mistakes, which we all do? It's our destiny, if you will, to make mistakes. And then to ask for forgiveness and then to move on and change. Is that really enough? Many people can't even accept that they change. Many people don't want to change. That stops both involution and evolution. As soon as we tell the story, well, I'm there, the process has stopped. I hadn't thought of it, but a few hours ago, I read the bowl of sake for today. And it was saying the greatest teachers are the greatest pupils. And in the commentary, Murshid basically said, look, if you think you're a teacher, you're not. If you come to teach, okay, but if you've come to learn, that's the natural state. Then the pain, the suffering begins to balance. And where do we learn? We learn from every possible avenue. We learn from infants, from children, from teenagers. We learn from youth, from old age. We learn from the trees. We learn from the leaves. We learn from a clot of blood. We learn from everything that we are open to learning from. There is no infinite intelligence that is pulling strings. We'd like to believe that. That goes back to destiny. There is infinite intelligence that is in its natural state. In its natural state, the mind of God is not thinking. Thinking is one small manifestation of the infinite mind in its natural condition. The mind of God, which emerges out of stillness, is moving. We associate thought with movement. But if you've ever watched a little toddler move and do their dance or spinning or whatever, they're not thinking, oh, I'm going to spin. Oh, I'm going to hop. They're just in that state. And what happens, happens. And they're not thinking, if I spin too fast, I'm going to fall down. I better watch it. There's no defense. They spin and spin. If they get too dizzy, they fall down. And then they get up. So yes, we can invite the energy of God, but we have to be willing to let it be natural in us, meaning we can't defend ourselves from what is disposed towards us. It doesn't mean that we're unwise. That's just a projection of another story. We deal with our responsibilities, but in a natural way. One more thing to realize, also important. The infinite in its natural dance is still seeking to go back to its own source, which is absolute stillness. Even though it's come out of the cave, so to speak, and is living in this duality, is experiencing the pain, the very essence of its being still is seeking its source, to know itself. God seeks to know itself, which is stillness. Infinite, indivisible stillness. So the impulse for that is in each of us.